The Acute Neurological Rehabilitation Centre at the Wellington Hospital is the UK's largest inpatient unit specifically designed for neurological rehabilitation. Since we launched over 2 decades ago, we've established an international reputation for delivering the very best individually tailored rehabilitation programmes, with input from highly trained therapists and nursing specialists. The patients we're able to treat here include primarily stroke, traumatic brain injury, spinal injury, and we're also able to treat patients with prolonged disorders of consciousness or PDOC. We also treat patients with encephalitis, patients who have tracheostomies who may need a period of care on ITU. And we have the advantage here of being able to support this with strong neuropsychology input, because patients may well need that support to manage not just mood but also behavioural aspects as their recovery progresses. Any kind of acquired brain injury is a life-changing event, and of course no one considers that this is going to happen to them until it does happen. And that's where we come in, because we can dissect those problems very carefully. We can work out what are the impairments, how do they interact, and what can we do to help them. Our job is to help them to re-find that independence and also to re-find their sense of identity after the brain injury. At the Wellington, we have a combination of a lot of medical expertise in one place. So it's that parallel working of the medical care and the therapy care working together that's so important. We have excellent physiotherapists, occupational therapists, speech therapists, psychologists, rehabilitation nurses, dietitians, music therapists, neuropsychologists, and of course doctors, all working together. And that's something that at the Wellington, the culture of that MDT working has been developed over the last 20 plus years, so that actually we can bring to bear all that expertise on the patient together.
Here we have a process that is able to offer patients 5 or 6 hours of therapy a day from the different disciplines. So that maximizes your engagement with what we can provide and maximizes your brain and your body's response to that environment and that treatment.
A patient who comes here for neurorehabilitation can expect to be at the centre of the rehabilitation team. We work by setting goals for that patient, which will be a goal for when they leave hospital, and then stepping stone goals towards that. There's a lot of research now to show that if the patient's involved in setting goals, that they're more likely to achieve them.
I had a stroke in October 2022. I couldn't walk, and they took me step by step through the process of walking. I had therapy between 4 and 7 times every single day. And that wasn't just physio or OT, that was music therapy, speech, language, and they goal plan with you. So for me, baking was important, and everybody loved it when I came to bake because they'd all get a muffin on my way back to my room.
Stroke is a condition that often strikes people who are not expecting it, and what we really want to do is to help people get back to a life that they will enjoy, and preferably get back to the life they used to enjoy before. So stroke recovery is about gaining your physical abilities and also regaining your mental and social abilities as much as possible.
I wanted my life to be as full as it could be. The only way it could be that was by coming to somewhere like this, and this was the only place that could give me those things.
Being based in St John's Wood next to Regent's Park, you're in a nice place. Leafy parks, nice shops. It's somewhere you want to take your relative. And having individual rooms for each patient allows us to customise the environment for them, to tailor it to what they need.
It's actually amazing work to completely change somebody's life and get them back on their feet. And you know, the sense of satisfaction that you get having worked closely with a patient, with a team, and then bring them out to the other end, back into the world as a sort of independent and more confident and more fulfilled person is hard to overstate. So when you do it carefully and well and you see a big change, it's extremely gratifying.